5 seconds. Just slide back on that thing. This way you never have to worry about it. You can get in as close as you want to the lens.
I'll just hang
All right.
All right. So we got speed.
Yeah.
So tell me, why are you playing this benefit?
We're playing
How'd you
this
get that?
benefit to raise consciousness of the atrocities in Bosnia, Herzegovina. There are some awful things going on down there. And so we decided to play a benefit.
Yeah, we're doing it because we can. It's like our forte. We play in a band. We can't have any kind of aid drops. We can't call an invasion. We're a rock and roll band and we're just doing what we do best. It's easy.
How did you get involved? I mean, I know you come from former Yugoslavian.
Yeah, my parents are both Croatian. Well, I started reading about it. I kind of got shook up, and I remember I was talking to Courtney, Kurt's wife, about it, and she got really concerned, and she told Jennifer Finch about it, and I told then we all started having a dialogue, and it was just natural. Hey, we're all in bands.
And L7 has been in charge of, and in fact, they started the pro
Rock for Choice.
Rock for Choice, so it was pretty easy to organize it in that respect. And it just seemed like a real natural thing for us to do.
Right.
How did you get the Disposable Heroes involved and then the Breeders?
Asked them. Simple as that.
Everybody was more than willing to do it. And, it's a good idea, not only to raise money, but also to, raise awareness to people who, for the most part, might not really, take that much interest in it.
And have a good rock show. I mean, I think that's a really big important feature.
Yeah,
It's
we're
a
about
good
due
lineup.
time for a good rock show.
Yeah, good rock
it's been a while
show.
since we've had a good rock show.
Now, what's going to happen with this money, specifically?
The money is going directly to the Treshnevka Women's Group. The bulk of the money is going directly to the Treshnevka Women's Group, and some of the money is going to be channeled to other women's aid projects operating in Croatia. It's not going to go through any kind of bureaucratic governmental agency. It's not going to go through any kind of humanitarian aid agency. This is just a total independent thing, and it's going straight there. And it's probably going to get there next week sometime. And the money is desperately needed, and it's going to be utilized immediately.
In what ways?
In what way? They're going to they've been,
Office equipment.
yeah, they're going to open up a women's center in Zagreb where women can go to and deal where they can get compassionate, sensitive help for the trauma that they're going under. One of the biggest problems is that women aren't speaking out. The way that they're dealing with the rapes is just being quiet and holding it in. And so there'll be this women's center where women can go. And another thing is mobile gynecological units that go out to the camp, refugee camps. And a lot of these women are from small villages, and to go to like Zagreb, Croatia, a big scary city, is a trauma in itself, let alone what they've lived through. So what they do, and they've already been doing this, is developing relationships with these women and just being really sensitive and just like saying, hey, you can come now to Zagreb and we can really help you. And we're taking like a feminist approach to it, because it's kind of it boils down to men's perspective towards women. It's like really patriarchal over there. Like the man is the king, and society's broken down. So the women are being taken advantage of. And if we implement this center, women will have a place to turn to, and they'll learn that they can speak out. They'll learn that there's a different way to live, and they'll be coming out for years. So they'll always have a place to turn to. There'll be women who'll be carrying this baggage around for 15, 20 years, and finally maybe it'll break them, or finally they'll just learn, like, I've got to deal with this, and they'll have a place to turn to.
Recently, the Korean comfort women have started talking about what happened to them, and
Right.
With that and this effort that you guys are making on behalf of Bosnian victims of rape, do you think that the tide is going to turn, whereby rape is now going to be a war crime? Or
Exactly, because throughout the history of war, women have always been raped, and it's never been prosecuted. Not at Nuremberg, not anywhere, not in Bangladesh. There's rapes went on in Korea. Like the T-shirt for the show is Picasso's massacre in Korea, which is massacre in Korea, and that refers to the situation you're talking about. So there's going to be war crime tribunals set up and have people prosecuted for rape. First time in history. The only other case was during the Vietnam War, where there was like specific cases where things were brought up.
Now, I was out there talking to some of the crowds, and not everybody is aware of what the cause is. Most of here like to check out the bands. Other than taking their money for this cause, raising the money for this cause, are you going to try to make the audience out here aware? Are you going to say anything, or what are you going to try to do to make these kids out there aware? Or is it enough just to the fact that they bought a ticket?
Well, usually when you attempt to make some kind of statement in a big place like this, people don't really understand what you're saying. That's why most rock bands have resorted to saying, "How you people doing out there? All right, party!" You know, so I really don't see any point in, I mean, the attempt it's a good idea, but I don't think it's going to be very effective to have a long-winded speech. I think the fact that we're doing this in the literature that people are going to be able to read will be effective enough.
Right, and it's just kind of a weird juxtaposition to have such a harsh, sobering issue. You know, if we had like a big
it also
big
brings
banner,
down the feeling. You know?
It's just like a rock show, and I'm sure there's people who come here, they really don't give a darn, and that's okay. I mean, you know, we got their money, but there's people who do care, and they have access to the information. Bottom line is we just want people to have a good time at a rock and roll show, but not forget. We don't want to say come here and forget. I mean, it's like the information. As soon as you walk through the door, I mean, there's pictures, there's booths, there's information, but we're not going to bombard you with it, shove it down your throat.
How is your family still in Yugoslavia, right?
Yeah, like grandparents and cousins and aunts and uncles. They're okay. I haven't had any real personal losses yet.
And we were watching a video that Chris and Shelley, his wife, had brought back, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't realize the impact that this war had made on the towns, and it just seemed so personal. It really brought it home to see this footage of all these bombed out buildings and his what is it, your aunt?
My aunt's building, yeah.
You're great. Is it just your aunt?
My aunt, my dad's sister.
And she lives in her apartment building still. She had to flee it for a while it was being shelled, and then she moved back in with no water, no electricity or anything, and most of the apartments are completely gutted. You know? So
It's just my dad's sister.
What are we doing an intro for?
The Week in Rock. Say, you know, just identify yourselves, the band, and say you're watching the Week in Rock.
Hello, we're Nirvana,
And you're watching The Week in Rock
for good reason.
on MTV.
yeah, let's
what-
do it again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2.
Hi, we're Nirvana, and you're watching The Week in Rock.
On MTV.
And while there's a camera here, do you want to say anything to the viewers, the youth, how they can become involved, and what they can do?
Oh, fuck. Did you forget your... Oh, man.
What are you looking for? The statement? The address?
The address, I got it right here.
Yeah.
Okay. We set up this aid fund yesterday with Alan Dreyer. It's like a tax relief thing.
Okay.
If you want to send a contribution towards the issue, you can make your checks payable to the Balkan Women's Aid Fund, 800 5th Avenue, Box 100, Seattle, Washington, 98104-3191. Can you put that on the screen?
Yeah,
Or
we can.
can you have Tabitha Soren?